You think she doesn't notice you? But let me tell you something. She already does. Not because of your looks, not because of your money, but because of the energy you carry. The truth is, you're far more attractive than you give yourself credit for. And while you're busy doubting yourself, she's already observing the quiet confidence, the strength, and the mystery that sets you apart. Today, I'm going to show you 6 powerful reasons why you're more attractive than you think. And yes, she already notices. Confidence doesn't need noise. Real confidence is not about how loud you are, how much attention you demand, or how many people you can impress. It's an energy, silent, powerful, and undeniable. It's the calm presence that enters a room and instantly shifts the atmosphere without saying a word. Many people confuse arrogance with confidence, thinking that talking more, showing off achievements, or dominating a conversation makes them appear strong. But in truth, the most confident people are often the quietest because they have nothing to prove. They know who they are, what they stand for, and they don't need the world's validation to feel valuable. When you carry this kind of silent strength, people notice, especially women, because confidence is not just seen, it's felt. It's in your posture, your eye contact, your stillness. When you walk into a space with calm assurance, you send a message, I know my worth. You don't chase approval, you attract it. Women are drawn to this kind of presence because it creates safety and intrigue. They wonder what makes you so self-assured, so composed, and the truth is that mystery is magnetic. True confidence is built from within. It comes from self-awareness, knowing your values, understanding your flaws, and embracing both your strengths and weaknesses without shame. You've learned that your identity isn't defined by how others see you. You don't need to prove your intelligence, success, or masculinity because you live it quietly every day. You're not desperate for attention because you already give yourself validation. This makes your energy rare in a world where everyone is shouting to be seen. Confidence without noise also means emotional control. You don't react impulsively to insults or rejection. You don't crumble under pressure or lash out to defend your ego. You stay composed, focused, and graceful, even when life tests you. This calm resilience is deeply attractive. It tells others that you're stable, dependable, and at peace with yourself. Women notice when a man can stay centered amid chaos. It's a sign of maturity and strength. You see, loud confidence fades quickly because it's often built on insecurity, but silent confidence grows stronger with time because it's rooted in self-respect. You know you're enough, even when no one's watching. You keep improving, not to impress anyone, but because you hold yourself to a high standard. That quiet commitment to growth radiates power. So never underestimate the power of presence. You don't have to speak louder to be seen. You just have to be grounded in who you are. Your silence, your composure, and your focus are louder than any words you could say. People will feel it, and women, they already do. That's the kind of confidence that doesn't chase. It attracts effortlessly. Purpose is magnetic. When a man knows where he's going, he naturally becomes more attractive. It's not about being rich or famous. It's about direction. A man with purpose walks differently, speaks differently, and carries an energy that commands attention. He doesn't drift through life, waiting for approval or opportunities. He creates them. This focus gives him confidence, stability, and clarity, qualities that women instinctively notice and respect. A purposeful man wakes up with intention. He has goals, dreams, and a mission that fuels him. Whether it's building a career, mastering a skill, or becoming the best version of himself, he's always moving forward. That drive sets him apart. Most people are lost in distractions, chasing temporary pleasure or seeking validation. But a man with purpose doesn't chase. he builds, and in that process, he becomes someone others want to follow, support, and admire. Women are deeply drawn to this energy because it represents security and ambition. They see a man who isn't easily shaken, who knows what he wants and refuses to settle for less. It's not about dominance, it's about direction. A man who lives with purpose radiates leadership without trying to control anyone. His presence inspires trust because he's anchored in something bigger than himself. Purpose also eliminates neediness. When you're focused on your mission, you don't rely on attention to feel valuable. You're not desperate for love because you're already fulfilled by what you're building. That makes your presence powerful and your energy peaceful. Women feel safe around a man who doesn't depend on them for identity. Instead, he invites them into a journey that already has meaning. Living with purpose doesn't mean you have everything figured out. It means you're committed to growth. You're constantly learning, improving, and moving toward your vision. Eva. And in failure, you stay determined. That resilience is incredibly attractive because it shows emotional strength. Women notice when a man doesn't give up easily, when he can face challenges and keep pushing forward. It reflects character, and character is far more appealing than charm. Your purpose becomes your foundation. It gives you confidence when the world doubts you, and direction when life feels uncertain. It shapes your choices, your habits, and your mindset. When you have a mission, you stop wasting energy on things that don't align with it. You become selective with your time, your company, and your emotions. That self-control signals discipline, another trait that draws people in. So understand this. The moment you start living with purpose, you no longer chase validation. You embody it. You become a man with vision, focus, and inner power. And that, more than anything, is magnetic. Because in a world full of confusion, the one who knows his path shines the brightest. And she's already noticing it. Self-respect commands respect. When you know your worth, you stop allowing the world to treat you like you're less than what you are. You no longer tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or half-hearted effort from others. You begin to set boundaries, not because you're arrogant, but because you understand your value. And when you move through life with that energy, people, especially women, notice it immediately. They can feel when a man respects himself, and it changes the way they respond to him. A man with self-respect doesn't chase validation or cling to people who don't appreciate him. He knows that walking away from anything that lowers his standards is not quiet assurance. Everything around you begins to shift. People notice, women notice, because a man who honors himself becomes impossible to ignore. Emotional stability is one of the most powerful traits a man can possess, and it's one that women deeply value. In a world where emotions often run wild, where people react without thinking and let anger or insecurity control their actions, a man who can remain calm and composed stands out immediately. Emotional stability means you don't let every challenge, disagreement, or setback shake your peace. You've learned to respond with clarity instead of reacting with chaos. That balance creates a sense of safety and trust, and women are naturally drawn to it because it signals strength, maturity, and control. When you are emotionally stable, you don't allow temporary emotions to dictate permanent decisions. You know how to pause, breathe, and think before you speak or act. This level of self-control shows that you've mastered your inner world, and that mastery reflects true confidence. You don't seek drama or create unnecessary conflict because you value peace more than proving a point. People who are grounded this way radiate calm energy, and that energy attracts others who crave stability. Women notice when a man doesn't crumble under pressure. Life will always bring stress, misunderstandings, and uncertainty, but the man who can hold his composure, stay respectful, and lead with patience becomes rare and admirable. Emotional stability shows emotional intelligence, the ability to understand your feelings, regulate